So, in this little educational series, we are going to be getting into quite a lot of the IRS tax code. I am trying to take a deep dive and determine exactly who it is the tax code is discussing when it makes these broad claims. And we're going to be going through a lot of definitions. I'm going to be getting into some court cases to explain exactly what the courts look at with these definitions, proving that they are extremely important. And we're going to be looking at some of the layout of the tax code itself. Now, one thing I want to be clear that I am not going to do, and it's something that I was doing in the beginning, and I'm leaving most of those videos up because they are factual, but things are not quite as complicated as I once thought they were. But what we're going to be doing is taking a deep dive into certain sections of the code to see what they are saying, and then we'll work our way backwards to determine whether or not you're liable to actually be paying these, or not paying, having them stolen from your paycheck or having them taken out of your bank account or whatever other numerous things that are happening to us on a daily basis. So whether you pay taxes or don't pay taxes, you're equally liable for having the IRS attack you. There's plenty of people out there that did absolutely nothing wrong that had the IRS come and take every single thing that they had, ended up making them get divorces, wrecked homes, took property. There's lots of things that the IRS have done, and which is, fitting that I have a book on my shelf called The Federal Mafia, because they act exactly like the mafia. And the only thing, and I've got a lot of friends that, give me a hard time about all this stuff because they do act like the mafia. But I keep telling them that the fact that these people wrote this code in the manner that they wrote it tells you that the Constitution is still sitting there, is still there to protect us if only we yield it or wield it. So I don't want anybody giving up on our country just because the mafia is currently in control of the system. We need to take the system back, and the only way we're going to do that is by getting back and handling things in court and doing things with our brain. We can't fight this the way they fight it. We don't have the muscle. We will never have the muscle to take on the federal government. They have all the military. They've got all the brainwashed police officers. Everybody that's in government thinks that they're actually doing the right thing. And you're not going to fix that brainwash. We're going to have to fix it on an individual basis and take back our individual counties. There's just not any way to start at the top on this. Trump is not going to fix this. Trump is part of the system. I don't see him doing a quarter of the things that he claims that he's going to do. And his actions so far have proven that out. I hope to report back that I'm wrong on that, but this is truly up to us to fix. And I'm hoping that by opening your eyes on the fraud that has been perpetrated on all of us for our entire lives is going to be enough to get you to at least start asking questions about the other aspects that the federal and state governments are doing and whether or not they're actually legal. So stay tuned. We're going to be getting into some pretty deep stuff, but I am going to do my best to keep this as simple and quick as possible because I'm not looking to take a deep dive into anything. I've got books and things that you can. Although I don't think I'm going to promote the guy's book because he's not talking to me anymore. He's acting like a child. So we'll let that live where it lives until he wakes up and starts having a conversation again. But there are books that you can get that'll go into a lot more depth in this. But I'm going to do my best to keep this as simple as possible. So let's get started.